Welcome to today's video. Are you experiencing a spiritual awakening right now? Imagine for a moment a tiny seed nestled deep beneath the surface of the earth. It lies in darkness, surrounded by cool, damp soil, seemingly still and silent. Yet within this quiet cocoon, something extraordinary is happening. The seed is not lifeless. It is waiting, holding within itself the promise of new life. It is patient, sensing the world above, feeling the subtle changes in its environment. The earth cradles it gently, providing shelter and nourishment while time passes slowly in the hidden world below. Then one day a gentle warmth begins to seep through the soil. The sun's rays, though distant, reach down and touch the seed, wrapping it in a soft embrace. The seed feels this warmth, a gentle pull, an invitation to rise. It is as if the light is calling, whispering promises of growth and possibility. The seed stirs, responding to this call, and begins to awaken from its slumber. It stretches ever so slightly, reaching upward, drawn by the hope that lies above. This moment, this subtle stirring, is the beginning of transformation. It is quiet, almost imperceptible, yet it holds immense power. The seed pushes against the earth, breaking through the darkness, seeking the light. With each tiny movement, it grows stronger, more determined. The journey is not easy. The soil is heavy, the way uncertain, but the seed persists. It trusts in the process, in the promise of what it can become. This is the essence of awakening, a gentle, persistent urge to grow, to reach for something greater, even when the path is unclear. In our own lives, awakening often begins in much the same way. It might start as a quiet whisper in your heart, a subtle longing for something more, a gentle nudge that there is a deeper purpose waiting to be discovered. You may feel alone in this moment, unsure of what lies ahead, but remember, just as the seed is not alone in the earth, you are not alone in your journey. The world supports you, and the light is always there, waiting for you to reach towards it. Life today moves at a dizzying pace. From the moment we wake up, we're thrust into a world that never seems to slow down. The city hums with energy, cars honk, people hurry past, and the clock ticks relentlessly forward. Our days are filled with endless to-do lists, meetings and obligations, all demanding our attention at once. It can feel as if we're caught in a whirlwind, swept along by forces beyond our control. We are bombarded with information, deadlines, and demands. Notifications ping constantly, each one pulling us in a different direction. Emails pile up, social media feeds refresh endlessly, and the news cycle never stops. At work, expectations are high, and the pressure to perform can be overwhelming. Even in our personal lives, we're expected to keep up with friends, with trends, with the world at large. It's no wonder that so many of us feel stretched thin, our minds racing just to keep up. In the midst of this constant motion, it's easy to feel swept away, disconnected from our inner compass. Sometimes we find ourselves standing still while the world rushes by, feeling isolated even in a crowd. We may pause for a moment, lost in thought, wondering if we're truly living the life we want, or simply reacting to the demands around us. The noise of modern life can drown out our own inner voice, making it hard to know what we really need or desire. But what if I told you that amidst the chaos, there's an opportunity? What if instead of being swept away, we could find moments of stillness, spaces where we can breathe, reflect, and reconnect? The world may be fast-paced, but it also offers us chances to pause and notice the beauty around us. A sunrise breaking through the clouds, a quiet moment outdoors, or simply taking a deep breath can remind us that peace is possible, even in the busiest of times. This is a chance to reconnect with your true self. By stepping away from the noise, even briefly, you can rediscover what matters most to you, whether it's through meditation, spending time in nature, or simply being present in the moment. You have the power to find clarity and calm. In the whirlwind of modern life, these moments of connection are not just possible, they are essential. They help us remember who we are and guide us back to our own inner peace. I've learned that spiritual growth isn't about religion alone. It's about cultivating awareness, purpose, and connection in a world that often feels fragmented. Now more than ever, we need this inner strength. We need to awaken to who we truly are. But how do we know if we're spiritually asleep? Feeling stuck is one sign. You're going through the motions, but something's missing. You might question your purpose. You might feel disconnected even when surrounded by others. Sometimes, we can be successful on paper, a good job, a steady income, maybe even a title that impresses others. We might have climbed the ladder, checked off every milestone that society tells us matters, and still, there's this quiet, persistent feeling that something is missing. It's almost as if we're living out a script that was handed to us, rather than one we wrote ourselves. We wake up, go through the motions, and from the outside, everything looks perfect. Friends and family might even envy our achievements, our stability, our so-called success. But inside, there's a subtle ache, a sense of emptiness that lingers even in moments that should feel triumphant. Maybe you have a loving family, a home filled with laughter, and yet when you're alone with your thoughts, you wonder why you don't feel fulfilled. You've ticked all the boxes: career, relationships, responsibilities, yet the satisfaction you expected never quite arrives. This dissonance, this gap between what you have and how you feel, is more common than you might think. It's not a sign of failure, but rather a gentle nudge from within, urging you to look deeper, to question what doing it right really means for you. Sometimes the path that's right for everyone else isn't the one that brings you joy or meaning. The illusion of doing it right can be powerful, convincing us to ignore our own needs and desires in favor of fitting in or meeting expectations. But when you notice that emptiness, that quiet voice telling you something's off, it's an invitation to pause, to reflect, and to start exploring what truly matters to you, not just what looks good on paper, because real fulfillment comes from living authentically, from aligning your actions with your values, and from daring to define success on your own terms. So if you're feeling that dissonance, know that you're not alone, and that it might just be the first step toward a more meaningful, satisfying life. Awakening often begins subtly. You start seeing the world with new eyes, and you feel emotions more deeply. You might even find yourself drawn to nature, meditation, or seeking out like-minded souls. As you awaken, your relationships might change. Some will deepen while others may fall away. You begin to prioritize authenticity. You crave genuine connection, meaningful conversations, and a life, filled with purpose. Challenges are often, catalysts for growth. I remember a painful breakup that honestly left me shattered. But through the heartbreak, I learned to love myself more deeply. I discovered an inner strength I never knew I had. One day, a friend was going through a tough time. I simply sat with her, listened without judgment, and offered a hug. In that moment, I felt true presence. It was a gift, not just for her, but for me too. Awakening is a journey, not a destination. There will be moments of joy, confusion, and everything in between. Approach it all with curiosity. See obstacles as opportunities to learn and grow. So, are you experiencing a spiritual awakening? You feel a deeper connection to yourself and the world around you. You crave authenticity and seek purpose. Challenges become opportunities for growth. You embrace vulnerability and seek deeper meaning. Trust the process. Embrace the unknown. Your spiritual awakening is a beautiful unfolding. Connect with others on this path. Share your story. Your journey might just inspire someone else to begin their own. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content. And thanks for watching.